Hey everybody, so one of the most common questions that I get from other homeschoolers is how do I make a book list for my child or children? Now, if you are interested in purchasing or have purchased one of those independent homeschool curriculums, everything will come with that set, like the teacher's textbooks, your student workbooks. But the truth is many of them are very, very costly, like hundreds of dollars per child per grade level. I've seen some that are even over $1,000. Yes, it comes with all of the workbooks and everything that you would need for that school year, but it is a lot of money. But if that is not the way that you're going, if you're like me, my children do some of their subjects online and others with me, then I found it necessary to supplement with workbooks that complements the work that they're doing online along with the work that they're doing with me. So let me tell you how I did that. And I'm sitting next to my boys' bookshelf. It is summer, so in here looks like summertime. We'll get this all sorted out before school reopens again. So what I did for my youngest son, he just finished the 3rd grade. Now I'm familiar with primary school or elementary school because that is what I taught when I was in the classroom. And I went with what you would say the old school books, right? The ones that many of us were using when we were younger. Yes, there's different editions now, but they still have the core concepts of what they need to know at that age. And of course, we're not limited to just these books. You can still go online and get a worksheet, understanding that not every single activity needs a piece of paper to go along with it. So keep that in mind. So here's what I did. So for spelling, and I'm just grabbing them as they are on the shelf. Yes, spelling, workout. We didn't finish this completely at the end of grade 2. And so I had the level C book ready for him. When he went into grade 3, we finished this off and then moved into this one. So there was no pressure to have a whole set of grade 3 workbooks for grade 3. I found spelling workout to work out really, really well for spelling. It has the list, it has the definitions at the back, and all the activities lean to the parts of speech, usage of the word, and of course, spelling activities. So for language arts, I found Harcourt language to still be the easy peasy way to go. And then for math, same thing, Harcourt math worked. What I did this school year, oh, by the way, if you notice, this is the grade 2 level. So what we did for grade 3, if there was a topic that he was doing for math in grade 3 and it was in this book, he just completed the work page or work pages as practice work in the grade 2 book. But his actual practice book for grade 3 was Spectrum Math. And the only reason why I got this is because when I went into the bookstore, they didn't have Harcourt grade 3, Harcourt Math grade 3 in stock. And this was on sale because it had like a little tear on it. I think they sold it for like $5 or something like that. So why not? Right Source. These were extra books that I had coming out of the classroom. You don't have to get these, but Right Source is also good for writing. Now, you might say, well, this is a lot of books, but we might as well just buy the kit. Remember what I said. Those curriculums sets can be over $1,000 per child per grade level. I'm showing you what we have collected over like 2 or 3 school years. We didn't get all these in 1 year, so keep that in mind. I'm just showing you the books that worked for us for elementary so far, okay? Handwriting. A teacher at a school told me that this is what they were using for their students. And so I just got it for them to practice their handwriting. My oldest has the one that's more for his grade level. Oh, for phonics, once again, old school MCP Phonics or Harcourt Phonics or MCP Phonics gives you all the basics in the phonics. And Nathan, my youngest, he didn't even really need to use this one much. He used it just a little bit, but it gives you all the basic concepts, your short vowels, long vowels, diphthongs, consonant blends, and all those stuff. So when it came to the elementary, I chose my book list by what was tried and true. I like to say old school. Now, when it came to choosing a book list for my oldest, who was going into the 7th grade at the time. I had no clue what to get because, of course, I've been out of high school for a long enough time. And I'd never taught high school before. So I didn't know what was current, what was common. So here is what I did. I went online and I looked up grade 7 book list Bahamas, or I think at one point I typed in junior high school book list Bahamas. And there are schools that have their book lists on their Facebook pages or on their school websites. I printed those off, and then I also went into the local government school. I asked them for the book list for junior high, and they gave me the book list. So I looked at all of the lists that I had collected, and I looked at what was common between most of the schools, and I purchased the book list according to that. So for mathematics, let's see what we have here. Nelson Caribbean Mathematics. Some schools had this along with this. This one would have one for grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. This would be level 1 for grade 7. To be honest with you, we've done up to grade 8 on his online school, and most of the topics were in this. He doesn't do the work directly in this. We treat it more like a textbook than a workbook. And so he would just put the answers in his notebook. And there's still topics in this that can take him to grade 9. Of course, like I said, there were topics that were not in this one. It's not do or die. Like if a certain topic is not in the book, you still have the internet. You can still print a worksheet if you need that paperwork for that topic. For science, general science, all of the schools that I found their book lists had science for junior high. Now, this book was a pretty penny. This one was $97, and this one was, you might as well say $60. But this is for junior high for grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9. So when you get this, you're getting this for their junior high years, okay? The BJC General Science, this book we inherited from someone, and this had even more content than the science for junior high. I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of these one time. So for religious knowledge, Jesus and his legacy, I won't turn it around because we got this book secondhand from someone and their name is still on it, okay? So Jesus and his book legacy, there's book 1, there's book 2, there's book 3. Once again, these books can take you straight up through junior high. And if you treat it like a textbook and not a workbook, meaning that you don't have your children write in it, then you can probably sell it or pass it on if you so choose. And well, if you sell it, you get some of your money back. And that's what we did. Science for junior high, the workbook and text, we bought that brand new. But some of these we did get from another student that was transitioning into senior high school. So for social studies, there were a couple of different books on the book list that I found. Social studies for Bahamian secondary schools. I have my opinions on this. I probably wouldn't buy this again if I had to. That's another story for another day. Then there's The Making of the Bahamas. We've been using this book from we were in school, for those of you that grew up in the Bahamas. Of course, there's a more modernized edition, but history is history. Understanding social studies, this is just focused more on mapping skills, okay? And the school atlas, this is the one that we had from a long time ago because my children are always interested in geography, science, all that kind of stuff. And I think I got this from him from when he was in the 6th grade. So for literature, you would find on literature book lists that there are set reading material from grade 7 through 9. But grade 9 particularly has set reading material for the BJC literature if your child is going to be doing that. Another thing you can do is go into the bookstores, and most of the time they will be able to tell you what's happening for grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, or for junior high in general. Another thing, for vocabulary. This wasn't something that we had to have, but I remember doing vocabulary in high school, junior high school and senior high school, and vocabulary workshop. Old school, tried and true. Keep in mind, don't feel pressured to have a paper assignment for every single topic that they do. They can do projects. This is the life cycle. So this is a whole activity without a paper. So I hope that this helped you in some way as you prepare for the new school year, if you are on summer break, and if you're not, it can help you moving forward as you homeschool your children. Bye.